Alright, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the lack of content in the channel. I've had quite a few issues in real life, and you can see I'm rocking a bit of a throat infection at the moment, but we'll release content as much as I can. Okay, we're following PyroXV from 1 Hour Clan in the AMX M454, which is got buffed partway through the year, or actually last year I think it was. So it's now one of the better tanks in Tier 10, mostly for the front armor. You can see he's pretty much one shell he's using. Let's just make sure it's the top shell, 296. And yeah, it is the top shell. So he's basically trying to bite the tank. So he's got one mark on it as well. But in any case, in Tier 10, it's not high pen, so I think we can say, yeah, it's probably the best shell to use most of the time. Everyone just bounces the Monkey King, that's the reskin 121B. Got to keep reminding myself of these funny names, what they were originally. And he took a Tier 8 shell into his track, so no damage so far. Now he's got a Tier 9 Conqueror there, and he focuses on Target 2. This is a top tier now, Tier 8, Tier 10 battle. And Target 2 is going to be happy. Shoot your GG, I wonder what that name is supposed to represent. GG's to the forces, who knows? Governor General, no idea. Alright, so it's got T-57 Heavy, pretty dangerous Tier 10 tank, but doesn't have shots on him, so that's good. And of course it's an auto loader, so once he's done his clip and bounced most of them, you're going to be able to go through him. Like they do reload reasonably quickly for an auto loader. In any case, Pyro's selecting his targets based on what he can shoot at, not prioritising it on the type of tank. But yep, if you're already light of my gun, I'm going to pull the trigger because he's only got one shell type, and off we go. So, trying to get rid of the Conqueror because he's down on new points. Battle going on the east side of the map, or I should say the west side of the map. I'm getting my bearings wrong here.
Withdraw from that position.
But nothing much on the ice road, which is interesting. But it's another AMX M454 there. So it looks like they've got pretty good coverage. Right, now time to deal with it. T-57 Heavy. The cheeks of the turret can be penetrated fairly easily, so it's roughly what Pyro's doing. He's just checking his options here. Just choosing to change the angle here to basically get around the T-57, but didn't expose himself. Yes, he did there, so the T-57 getting a shot in there, but he puts one in return, so just closing up on 3.5 gauge damage, doing pretty well. Just using the body of the tank to cover himself. Goes through the heavy, and he's bouncing shells from the renegade at the back. Now the T-57 Heavy deciding to run away, which is probably what he needed to do a long time ago. Gets a welcome gift from Pyro, and bounces another shot from the renegade. So unspotted at the moment, but we knew where he was on the map, so it's just somewhere in the back there. Pyro just now, and Leopard 1 now, bouncing shots. Hopefully the T-57 gets out of the way. Luckily for the T-57 that is. Oh, he's just a part of the side, and that's just enough to get the kill. So now he will probably get unspotted here, or actually it's a bit hard to tell. If he stays spotted, you won't get a notification, so what's doing the spotting not quite clear. So light tanks left here. It's quite possibly the Leopard anyway. So just to push out here if he's going to do any more work. So there's the Viper. It does take a hit from him, but and then finally the Renegade does some damage. and the Viperia is just taking him down hit points quite rapidly. It's not what he needs. And now down to 244. How many shots has the Viperia got? And luckily he bounces the last shell. I think that might be the last one. Can he put another hit in? Yes, he does. Gets the kill, so that takes away that particular threat. And now his team's in a pretty good position. They are 6 tanks up and well on the way to a win. But we know there's a Renegade and a Leopard 1 up there, which can basically take out Pyro in one shot. The Renegade not quite in view, or just the tail of him. No, he's gone back into cover. So clearly Pyro not being lit now. Oh, and there's the Leopard 1. And gets the kill there. Nice bit of revenge shooting. But, Pyro having a decent game now. Is over 6.5k of damage. And now it's just the Artie. Well, it was just the Artie. That is the end of the game. Great game there from Pyro. Let's go and have a look at the results. Okay, a very solid game there from Pyro. 4 kills and 6.6k of damage. Blocked 3790 in the end, so that shows how good the armor stands up. Of course, he was facing some tier 8s as well, but that's earned him the high caliber award for the most damage in the game, and he's got the steel wall as well, which fits those stats, and he's earned the first class mastery badge. Alright, let's have a look at the team score and see where he placed. Oh, well on top there, 1143 base experience. Now, in terms of the expected values, that solid class 1 base tanker is 1248 on skills index, so yeah, a little way to go there, but wouldn't have taken a whole lot more, so really close there. Great effort from Pyro. Next top damage was at CS63, but Astron Rex pulling in 956 base. Excellent result there, being a tier 8 in a tier 10 battle gives you some extra XP. And on the enemy side, the Renegade, placed in the middle, actually got the most out of the battle, but overall a pretty weak performance from the enemy team, and as we saw, that T-57 Heavy really didn't make much of their capability. So anyway, dominated by Pyro in his AMX M454, and let's have a look at what did it cost to run. So 15 shots fired, every shot hit, and all but one penetrated, so great shooting there. Of course, he was rocking the top shell, but again, less than 300 pen, so it's not going to get you through everything in tier 10. Did have some reserves running, which helped offset the cost of running those shells, and he had to pay for its consumables. Still made a profit there, 16k, so nice result there for a tier 10. Anyway, great game there from Pyro. Thanks very much for the content. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you learned something from how to handle this particular tank on this particular map, and let's hope that that gets some likes for the video. That just does help getting exposed to more people. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing that. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.